And now we're with Ashton. So, Ashton is supposedly a detective.
Let's learn about him.
And well, here's something that we've not been doing. We haven't actually been reading through and keeping up with all of the events that happen on these different days. Because there are various times where we would, like, oh, I'm going to do this because this happens. Like, no, that happened on this other day. And like, oh, so I think we should probably make an effort to read through the different days when we are on these days.
Okay. Today's the 28th.
How do you know that?
Because it just said in the top left. When we got to Ashton, it was October 28th, Ermengarde Mansion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe we should read the things leading up to it. But for now, Ashton.
29?
Just Asians all look young all the time.
One of his likes, like justice. I like justice.
All right. Takoyaki ice cream, Shirley, Ophelia. Don't know who that is. Aside from the Greek goddess of love or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Early on, he was too eager to deal out justice, but his numerous years in service became quite the learning experience for him.
He served a brief time as a police officer before he applied to join the thing.
Now,
Again, he was too eager to deal out justice.
as a detective inspector, he's been assigned to his biggest case yet. Wow.
Oh boy.
Ready? Let's go look at the timeline then.
Yeah. Right. All that happened on the 17th was the party. And, yeah. Lee's like, hire McCullough. And then they hire McCullough. She gets drunk at the bar. Bangs Luke, which is awkward.
I remember when the, like, splash image came up and we were both like, oh.
Oh.
They're naked.
This is happening. This is happening right now. Drops off medicine for the dead girl now.
Harsh.
Something about, okay, the three people that I've found most interesting are kind of dead now, which is now making me kind of like care more for the people that lived. Isabella and Hannah, but Isabella's annoying a lot of the times.
She's very annoying.
So it's just like, well, Hannah's okay, I guess. Hannah, yes. But I also thought, like, all of the times our characters have died, they've been vastly more interesting than the times our characters have lived. At least it seems that way to me so far.
Like in their dying moments? What do you mean?
Well, yeah, in a way, because, like, there's kind of a really sad symmetry to Zach dying in a in a holding cell. Given, you know, given that he apparently had a past that where he was in a similar situation and Ashton got him out of it because of something wrong, and then him, you know, his documentary about the oppression of colored people in Britain. So there's a really sad, like, symmetry to the, like, poetry of that happening. And then with Marianne, she, you know, all of this stuff about, like, being in the, I don't know, like, being in, like, trapped in this past cycle of, like, I'm raised Catholic, but I'm a lesbian and I can't admit it because it's evil, and so now I must bang men everywhere to repress the fact that I actually like girls, and now, I finally admit it. Dead. And now, in Rebecca finally, it's like, hey, she actually never says that she liked him, which is kind of sad.
She said I'm sorry, didn't she? Or
Yeah.
she said thank you.
She's like, yeah, you're so amazing, thank you.
Yeah. That's gonna feel awful for him.
Yeah. That's gonna... Yeah. Wonder what the message was he left, because she called him and it's like, oh, I thought you were responding to the fact I just left a voicemail. Yeah, then we're in there. Bad stuff with the letter. Rose brings Becca out. Party. Okay. Open house. Zach's film. And Rebecca was having none of Isabella's shit. Isabella's big family. They met in the library, those two. What was this? Oh, that's just being expedient. And then the extra bonus money. I saw a reflection of the ghost in the window. Something about these blueprints is not right.
What do you mean?
That's what they were saying. It's like, these rooms, this blueprints makes everything look tiny, but everything seemed bigger when I was there in person. I was saying something's off with the blueprints that they had.
Oh, I vaguely remember that.
Then Ashton brings Isabella to talk with the professor, just like, there's a very interesting rumors. And that sort of thing. Then, oh, this is when it happened. They promised, and this is it actually happening. Okay.
What was her cat's name? Bartholomew?
Baruthiel.
Ah.
Baruthiel.
But it was a girl.
Yeah.
She. Thank you very much.
And Rose is dead on the 23rd.
Brutally killed.
And Isabella goes back to work. Marianne gets the first flash of ghost things in the house. I'm pretty sure that was that. I don't know. Because I said at the time, like, maybe she's mimicking. Or it's like, is it a bunch of different ghosts, or was it the same ghost mimicking someone? Yeah. Okay. That. Breakfast with the right couple. Yep. And then seeing her in the mirror.
She's so cute.
That's right. And we think Luke might be a vampire. At least I do. Isabel comes back. She's freaked out. Goes to see Zach. Becca gets a housewarming thing for the weekend. It was just like somebody in a locker, and it's like, oh, I'm going to ignore because the sound stopped. That was weird.
Did we get the choice to open it?
No, we never did. Zach self-medicating. Food.
I never noticed the way it was written in the journal. Like that last one, Ashton acquiesced and stayed. Like, no one writes in a journal like that. What is this?
A bit purple. That's what it is.
Purple.
Purple prose. It's some often nauseous, flowery language. That's just too like pointless.
Gotcha. Like flipping through the thesaurus just to get fancy words.
Yeah, basically. Oh yeah, that was fun. And then she's doing research into Briar Realty, which is an evil corporation, apparently.
Right. I'm curious. I doubt it'll happen, but I kind of wish we would like go back to her, because we never saw that part of it, you know?
Yeah, we stopped following her
before
way
anything
the heck
happened.
back here. Yeah. Like this was the end of it.
Yeah.
Or are we here? Yeah, okay. Hana wants a baby.
They're so cute.
Hana can take care of a baby.
They don't have noses.
They don't. And she's pregnant.
Pregnant.
She's pregnant. More awkwardness there. Yeah, she's drunk in the pub.
Oh yeah, when Ash was there.
Asian Joe. And then Hannah's like, "Why are you drinking absinthe? You're gonna kill yourself."
Oh yeah.
Luke was suspicious of his wife's activities.
So it says undiscovered journal entry. So with Luke, we must go back farther.
Mm-hmm.
That's neat. Good to know.
The 27th.
Photos.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, he was cranky.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, his wife, I think, no, that wasn't yet. That wasn't until after the party.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely unhappy.
Hey, there's that creepy poster from the classroom.
I forget who I was comparing it to, but yeah, then Zach gives him the photos and like, I thought you were more professional than this.
Some weird artistic liberty that he took with it, and he's like, no.
Give me a photo that actually has my face in it.
Yeah, I'm wondering how we could have changed it so that she believed him, because I was really bummed about that.
Yeah. One, I would not have shown her if I were Zach. This is one of the things, like, you're given choices,
but you don't
and then
know.
they do it. They carry them out in the stupidest ways possible.
I
like,
wouldn't have
show her the photos. Like, okay, bye, Marianne. I still have something to do with Hannah. Okay, Marianne leaves, then show it to her.
Yeah.
Wouldn't necessarily have changed Hannah's reaction, but like, why would you show that in front of somebody that could be a future client? That's just really stupid.
Yeah. It's okay, he's dead now, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he freaked out because the ghost girl was following Zach around. He's like, get out of here! Go back to where you came from, Hellspawn!
And he's like, what?
Yeah, and that just like put Zach in an even more depressing mood. Oh yeah, and then Marianne apparently called Rebecca and is like, so, they haven't ever said anything about a letter?
That was pretty good.
Yeah, thank you. I'm proud of how that came out. Oh yeah, and then Rebecca asked Ashton to the thing, and which of course went really well because she was pissed off at him after that. I really do wonder what would have happened if we went with Luke and Kylie.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, so there's that. 28th, which you think is what today is?
Correct.
Okay. So there's some type of argument about Isabella's investigating BRC employees.
Well, this is one of the new entries, so it must have happened this morning because it said afternoon.
This happened in Rebecca's chapter. She witnessed them arguing outside her apartment.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Hannah and Marianne were seen discussing finishing touches. Oh yeah, and she left the party. Yep, and she kills herself.
So
there's
this is
a nice cake.
At the party.
Yep, 28th is the party, it looks like. And then it's like, she looks like she wants a bye-bye.
One thing that bothers me is I feel like these sketches of them are drawn very different than the images we see in the game.
Really?
Like, Hannah's proportions look very different. Like, she looks much softer and I think prettier in this sketch than how they show her. I'm not sure if it's what it is exactly, but I don't know. Like, I think they look better in these line sketches, but...
Okay.
Do you disagree that it looks different?
I mean... not substantially enough for me to... I mean, they're different, but not, like, enough for me to be like, oh, they're different. They look a bit more anime in these sketches. So anyway. Oh yeah, and then she's all, like, soft to him, and he was, like, really confused for a brief moment. So I think he was being overcome by whatever that black cloud is that seems to follow him around. And then, oh yeah, and she was really pissed off at him. She's like, I invited you to this, and you came to be at this thing with me, and then you're off doing all these other things, and wah! Which, you know, kind of understandable, I guess.
And she said they'd talk about it later.
Yeah, and then she died. So they couldn't.
Miss Pink.
It's pink.
so
this is before Zach died, because Zach went the next day and he died the next morning.
That was when Zach met Kylie. I didn't realize it happened later.
I didn't realize that either. Yeah. Yep. And then they show up. It's like, we're gonna do something, and then they just leave. It's like they just go and show up to Zach's like, we're gonna do stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then Zach's like, I'm gonna do stuff too. We're not gonna talk to each other about any of it.
How has no one talked about?
I didn't notice this.
What?
The letter.
It's been there literally the whole game.
I didn't notice it until now.
It's literally been there even before we found it when we looked through the journal.
I literally just this second noticed it. Thank you very much. I'll be here until the end of the series.
So I'm curious how no one has noticed Marianne is dead. Does no one go in the wine cellar? 2, I see on the 29th there's horrible noises and cries of a woman from the wine cellar. Is it Marianne?
Well, Marianne's dead.
But like, can she be alive?
like a zombie? Like a zombie girl?
It's just interesting. But anyways.
Yep. Hannah asked Luke for a break. Oh yeah, and they broke down crying in the above the cellar. That was all that happened that day. That's right. And then the 30th, Zach broke into the mansion and got thrown in jail. Oh. And then
so this
Rebecca's
is the same day.
Yeah. And Rebecca's like, this is the eve of Halloween too.
Oh.
Is it Halloween's the eve of All Saints Day, or I don't know which one's All Saints. I don't remember. In any case, they're all dying before Halloween, it seems.
Interesting that it's the same day though for these two.
Yeah. Rebecca finds out like, oh, Charlotte was kind of mostly okay, but she also like ended the slave trade.
Which is okay.
And then burned a witch.
Yeah,
that she
then not
saved.
okay. And then she saw the Luke lookalike. The Luke-alike.
The Luke-alike. Yeah. I'm gonna cry. Yeah. Oh, never mind.
It's the next day.
Zach died on Halloween. Never mind. I have Zach's timeline shifted today.
Yeah.
We have nothing for the first. Interesting.
So Rebecca died. So Marianne died, Rebecca died, Zach died. And we haven't done anything. No one's noticed it in our next storylines
but there's
yet.
a break on the 29th. No one's died on the 29th. It was the 28th Rebecca died. I mean, Marianne died on the 28th.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the 30th was Zach. No, 30th was Rebecca. 31st was Zach. Okay. All right. And we're here, you think? That's what the thing said?
Yes, day of the party.
All right, then let's get into it.